So the sun is getting kind of behind me now, so I could get some decent dash cam footage. I'm in Arizona, yay! And I wanted to share with you how my landscape is changing. Pretty amazing, huh? About that before.
Mm-hmm.
What are you hoping for? What are the changes that you would like to see?
Well, mainly I'd like to see America not be laughed at by the rest of the world, for one thing. I'd like to see my military strength built back up. Like I said, it's pretty much everything Trump's talking about that we'll try not to say, I don't know, so what we'll call him the president regime has done everything they can to make excuses for America all over the world, which is ridiculous. We're the greatest country in the world, and most of these countries wouldn't exist today if it wasn't for us. 90% of them have never paid back the money they owe us, all the way back for as far back as you can go. That's one of the things I think that is very important, is that this country is basically a giant corporation, okay? That's what it is. That's all it is. It's a giant corporation. And how you run it, so what do you want to run it? Well, a businessman would be a lot better than a politician. You don't make $6 billion by being a moron. And you also don't make $6 billion by doing everything yourself. He reminds me of Reagan in the way that Reagan knew he wasn't the brightest bulb in the pack. He was an actor, and he knew it. So what did he do? He surrounded himself with the most intelligent people he could find to do the jobs, which was one of the best times in this country. Job, economy, everything was when he was in power. And it was because I think Trump will do the same thing. He'll surround himself with intelligent people because he knows he doesn't know it all and he can't do it all.
I was wondering when people make the Reagan comparison, because people talk a lot about Trump's temperament, and he seems to be quick to anger. He seems to be spiteful. In fact, sometimes he seems downright cruel. Some of the things that he does and says are not actually for a purpose. They're actually just, they demonstrate cruelty.
Well, but you have to look at Donald Trump for who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is a businessman. Donald Trump's not a politician. Okay? So you guys all want to hold him to the same standards as politicians, which is don't piss off this person because you owe them, and don't do this. Now here's a guy who's running on his own dime, first time ever, doesn't owe anybody. So he can say whatever the hell he wants.
But I want to not leave that point for a second. When we know when you give power, historically, just in history, when you give power to people who will be cruel for no other reason, it isn't to promote a cause. It's just he's frankly got kind of a mean streak.
Sure.
And you give a military, or you give nuclear power, or you give to somebody who is quick to be offended.
Well, I would argue that I've heard that from multiple sources about Hillary Clinton just as well. So that's why I said, you ask, are you happy with this election? No. Happy with either choice? Really, no.